Hey, welcome back. Today, I was thinking at the time, I was in Chicago and I went to watch a match of the Chicago Bulls. It was kind of the first time in my life I was in the United States in such a big match, such a big stadium. It was kind of really a genuine entertainment. It was kind of really like going to watch a movie. There was all kind of entertainment in the stadium. It was more than a sport event. And I want to talk today about how artificial intelligence could help us restoring this, or at least partially restoring this, pretty quickly. Because recently I have talked to a startup that is design some artificial intelligence solutions for the sports events, but it's not only the sport. It can be used there are some places like McDonald's and so on. So long story short, they'll be able to monitor who has the mask, who doesn't have the mask, who has the fever, or who has a certain degree of temperature, only with the cameras, monitoring the cameras. What is the distance between the people, and so on and so forth. All solutions that could help mitigate the risk once you are in a sport venue or in a large restaurant. But here is the thing, and this is the lesson that I want to talk about this time. You see, having the technology per se doesn't mean that you have a business solution that is appealing. Because in a case like this, it is really an ecosystem of things that needs to be taken into account. The first thing is the technology as you have it, is it appealing? Does it solve a problem for some of the stakeholders? Because here the stakeholders are evidently the regulators, so the governments that might mandate certain regulations state by state or even city by city. Then there are the consumers that of course are I would say for a large part they're afraid to go in a place like the stadium, and another portion of them is that wants to have more freedom. So different positions, but there is certainly some fear behind it. And then there are the various layers of buyers and users, because you might have the company that handles the stadium, that rents it to the team, or the company that is leasing all the commercial activities, that might have some resistance to accept a technology like this because it's a capital investment. There might be the teams instead willing to have something like this because it could allow to reopen the stadium. All of this would be more facilitated if there was regulations in place by the government, or it might be less facilitated if there was not a regulation in place by the government. So if you don't understand all of this, you're likely not to build the right product. You just have the technology that can do all those many things, but it's not guaranteed that those many things are interesting and they're really solving a business problem. So for example, seeing if people have the masks, if it is not a mandate in the state, it's not really solving a problem. On the other hand, measuring the distance between people and finding out if you're too much at capacity or not, it might be more interesting because you want to avoid that people get sick at the stadium and then the voice spread, and again the fear spreads and people don't come back. But suppose you have it, how are you going to build the solution that really helps the stadium manage the crowd inside? Because it's not only just monitoring, but it's what's going to happen. Is the police going to go there? It's the stadium security going to go somewhere and talk to the people and maybe move them a little bit more aside from one another? Or is it going to be a freaking drone that goes there? Or is it going to be a voice message? What would be the process basically that will produce the business outcome that is needed? All of this depends, one, understanding the context of the situations, who are the buyers, who are the stakeholders, whether or not the product can have a success. Two is understanding what is the solution end-to-end, just not the artificial intelligence alone, but it's the end-to-end solution that really brings a business value. That's what I wanted to do this video for, because I think it's extremely important. I see a lot of these startups, sometimes including myself, they start talking about computer vision, we can detect this, we can detect that, but they never ask, okay, what it is that really makes a difference in the processes of these other organizations that I want to sell the technology to. So I need to have a solution that responds both to stakeholders and to business problems. So with that said, if you are interested to develop the right mindset and the right skills to build solutions that leverage artificial intelligence but that solve business problems or societal problems, then my course, the Artificial Intelligence Product and Process Innovation, is the right place to start with. Click on the link and get it. Thank you.